Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Bring out the confetti, bring out the party horns, because we have another complexion product. It wouldn't be 2022 without it, and I am, as you can tell, very excited about this one. Very high expectations. And I think it's met those expectations. We have for you the Goss Luxury Cream Foundation. This is a whole collection, including a cream foundation, a Poreless Beauty Puff. I've used it in the video, so that's why it's a little dirty, and a Weightless Translucent Powder. We're going to talk about it. We're going to do a demo, as you can see, because I'm wearing it now. And it's also all over my Poreless Beauty Puff. Poor little thing. And we are also going to do a wear test. Plus, we're going to take it outside so that you can see it in the warm California sunshine. You know how I do. All right, so let's get into this and start talking about it. As I said, I have very high expectations. I love a cream foundation, and I have always struggled with making them work. The Kevin Aqua Balm Foundation and I go way back, and it was not a good relationship, very damaged relationship. So I have high hopes that this one will save me. So we have a luxury cream foundation that is a modest $38 for a very high-end brand. And you get a nice amount here. There are 12 different shades. And yes, it is true that, of course, in the world that we live in today, the very large makeup brands will do, 5,000 different shades. And I love the inclusivity of it. Certainly 20 to 50 shades, we know. And I know that in Wayne Goss's video, when he explains the 12 introductory shades, hopefully these will be built upon. But the 12 introductory shades are all self-funded. So yes, it won't be for everyone, but you can mix. And I know people don't want to buy more than one shade. I get that. But until then, you can mix, and they do appear to be very stretchy. I, for instance, bought shade 9 because I am a light, medium, neutral. And this is the shade that even Wayne Goss has used in his Instagram demonstration. And I thought, oh no, am I getting the wrong shade? Because I would think that he's lighter, but worked perfectly. So they're stretchy. You can mix. I also picked up shade number 12, which is the lightest shade. Let me just show you the 9 right here, though you will see it in the demo. Here is the 9. Should kind of blend in with my hands. And here is the 12, which is the lightest shade, almost a white shade. I bought that, as so many did, because the number 12 sold out so quickly, to mix and make a concealer. And you'll see me struggle with that a little bit during the demo, so definitely stay tuned for that. But you can also get a shade deeper than your skin tone to bronze with or contour, and I have not done that, and I wish I did. So we're going to look at those. Those are $38 for 12 shades, and hopefully those shades will be expanded upon. But, I think first they got to see how things go and what their feedback is. This feedback is pretty good, actually. We have the Weightless powder. This one is $28. This is a translucent powder that will set the makeup, and it definitely does, and keep everything really nice and polished looking without feeling heavy. It does not change the shade of the makeup you are wearing unless you are too heavy-handed with it. And I tend to be very heavy-handed in general. You know me and Aunt Sally with my blush, but I did not have any trouble toning myself down. It wasn't hard. It really nice for $28. And then we have this beautiful, with a silicone pad in it, nice and fluffy, Poreless Beauty Puff. It's only $10. I actually will probably pick up another one, though they wash supposedly very well, and I will wash mine today and let you guys know. This is only $10, and it has 2 sides. So it has this little fun little handle here, kind of elasticy handle that flips sides. And there's 2 sides. There is a smooth side, and that is great. That's this side here. It's very easy to tell the difference. It's very smooth. And this is to kind of push and slide the foundation, the cream foundation, onto the face. And then the other side is the velour side, which has kind of a little bit more of a I call it later, it's a little hairier. It's got a little bit longer fibers, and this is really nice for just kind of putting on the powder afterwards. You can change it. You don't have to use this for $10. I thought, what the heck? And I'm really pleased to. But yeah, you can put this on with a beauty blender, a damp, wrung out beauty blender, or a foundation brush, or your preferred method. This is not required, but I actually really like it. And we will also talk about the little bag it comes in, because you can keep this and store it in there. But I am going to go ahead and wash mine tonight, because I rarely use sponges because I don't like when they look dirty. So I like the fact that I can just kind of wash it at night and put it out let it dry overnight, right? So we will definitely see how that goes. All right, you will see me here with an absolute first impression, and then we're gonna go as long as we can today for 4 hours, 5 hours, let's try for 6 hours, and I will let you see how it looks as the day goes on. Here it is very freshly applied. I don't have a lot of makeup on over it because I want it to be about the complexion product. Let me show you how I'm kind of learning and playing with the product. It's really important that you get a feel for especially a complexion product. So let's go now to me playing with it. When do you see me trying with the concealer? Then we will do our wear test, and we'll also take it outside and show it to you. Stay right there. Well, I'm pretty excited here. I like a cream foundation. I've never been able to make one work before. So let's give this one a go. I have high expectations. Let's see what we're working with here. I got nothing on my skin, nothing up my sleeve. A little bit maybe ruddy. Looks like maybe a little bit blemishy up there, around here. So we have to work with today, as you know, the number 9, which I think is going to work. Light, medium, neutral. We have the lightest in a number 12 because I'm going to make me a concealer with it. And we have, of course, the powder. I was very careful in not destroying, like a wild animal, the little bag that the little puff comes in, because Wayne Goss on his video was talking about how you can even put some product on it and then reseal it back in here. And I think I'm going to store it in here anyway. So keep the little baggie. I suppose you could use a Ziploc too, but this looks nicer. Okay. In terms of this Poreless Beauty Puff, it's very easy to tell the smooth side, obviously, from the velour side. The velour side is simply hairier. Longer fibers. It's very easy to tell. Okay, so I'm going to flip this to the flat side here, and let's get started. In the introductory video, if you saw it, Wayne Goss was very, very, very specific about how this is highly pigmented, and you do need to be careful. I am going to use the puff like he did, just in smoothing motions. Pretty easy when there's nothing on the puff. So let's just get a little bit on there. What do you think? Okay, and let's kind of dot it. And then he says this will make it look poreless, and I'm all into Poreless, okay? And I was so concerned that I actually think I used a little too little. I can be really, like, I can load it on, you know, so I don't want to do that. So I'm kind of like, what I'm doing here, I don't know. Well, you know, you have to experiment with product. So in a way, it's kind of strange to do this on camera because, you know, I should be playing with it really a bit more. What I did was I took the product, so as not to overload, I took the product that was on my sponge, and I spread it on the face, and now I'm going to take it, and I suppose I could put my fingers through this, right? Be a little more demure about it. I don't think I'm demure about anything. And then I can go ahead and spread just in motions. I'm kind of going up and down and back and forth, but again, I'm just trying to get to know the product. So how did we do, or how did I do, on the selection of the shade? I think pretty good, and these are going to be a little bit stretchy. And you can always mix a shade too. I know no one wants to buy more than one shade, but I bought 2. Okay, a little more. Now that I'm getting a feel for it, I can see, I do understand what Wayne means about not overloading, but I can see now that I was way, way, way too ginger about it at first. Proceeding too gingerly. Okay, wow. So this is really lightweight, and I think it actually looks really, really nice. Okay. What do you think? Good shade, huh? Okay, I do want to powder it, but let's try the concealer first. Now, for the concealer, I did bring over a brush. And what I think I'll do is, so Wayne Goss says to mix the shade you are. So I'm just going to use the back of my hand kind of as a little bit of a palette. And then he says mix in the lightest shade with whatever shade you are. So we know I got the shade choice correct. So mix the lightest in. There's the light, very, very light. That probably would be someone's foundation shade, but obviously not mine. And I'm just going to mix it with this brush, and let's see. I don't know if I'll get the mix correct, though, each time, so I probably should have mixed a little bit more. Again, we learn. And I think I also did equal parts, you guys, and I probably want to do 2 to 1. Okay, so we learn. So let's mix a little more here. Sorry to take so much of your time, viewers, but I want you to see me working with this here. Okay, 2 to 1, mix. I'm losing some of it on the brush. In the video, I did notice that Wayne used his fingers to apply it, and that's better. Because otherwise I'm losing the product. And I'm doing 2, 1. Now, I'm kind of being a bit naughty and I'm mixing into the white, and I'm kind of okay with that because I'm not a makeup artist, so I'm not using this on others or having to keep it tidy or clean or sanitary. It's just me. So I think that's going to work for me. Hopefully that's not upsetting any of you. I'm just kind of mixing on here, but I don't want to mix in the number 9 because of course that's needs to be kept my foundation shade. Oh, but that is definitely working. You know, interestingly enough, the coverage of this foundation, when I was using my little puff, which is now filthy, I'll have to wash that, to apply, I was applying a little more in the spots that needed a little more, and I'm not so sure that I need a lot of concealer anyway. I tend to need it around the nose. Okay. Pretty good, huh? Pretty good. Okay, so now we'll flip it over to what I jokingly called before the hairy side. This is the side with a lot more longer fibers, the velour side. And what I'm going to do is make sure the cap is on here. We definitely don't want to use too much of this. As we know, this will not change the color of your foundation unless you use way too much. So I will be very gentle at first as well. And I have some in the cap here. And again, we have switched sides. So let me just tap in there, have a little bit on here. And let's just kind of tap and press, as you saw it on my skin there. I'm just kind of tapping and pressing, and I'm kind of just smoothing it on, even over the eyes, and just setting it. Okay. All right, so there we have it. I have no other makeup on. I'm going to take this face of mine outside into the warm California sunshine, and I'm going to show it to you right now outside, as you'll see, with nothing else on my face. All that's left to be done now is to wear it all day. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put on the rest of my makeup. I will film the intro with fresh makeup, so you'll see this nice and fresh. And then I will wait until the later part of the evening to film the rest of this so you can see how it lasts, and we'll give it quite a few hours. So let's see right now. It's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I have touched up my lip gloss. Everything else is exactly the same, but I did very minimal makeup today. Well, what do we think? I think it's a really natural look. I cannot feel it at all on my face. If I could go back in time, and I won't, I would do the concealer a little bit differently. I was definitely just kind of messing around and learning as I went. But you know, I think that's part of the fun and makes the video more real. I would now, to be completely honest, I would just probably use the 9 with my finger in little bits around. I actually am really pleased with the coverage. I had a little blemish, have a little blemish up here, and the redness just with, you know, dotting it on a little bit more with the sponge. I do like, while I was kind of playing with the sponge and figuring things out, this is the flat side, the smooth side, I do like the way I dipped in and then just kind of placed it with the sponge first, a little heavier in areas I needed more coverage, and then smooth. I like that. I think I'll use that again. I am not sure how, I kind of liked this to cover up blemishes and such too. So I'm going to keep playing with the shade 12, which you see I have some of my 9 in there. Probably on the back of my hand till I get that right. And then, you know, I want to make enough. Yeah, I've mixed shades before, so I know how to do that. And that way I can kind of perfect it as a concealer with the 2 shades. So I want to play with that. I'm interested in trying a deeper shade to see what would happen if you bronze a little bit with it. I know that in Wayne Goss's video, he did bronze with one and I thought it was really pretty. So I almost want to pick up like the shade 4 and see what that looks like as a bronzer, because this is such a natural, pretty look. Hasn't settled in. And as I said, it's been 6 hours. Yeah, 6 hours. And no problems here. No problems here, although I would do the concealer differently. next time, but you know, I left everything the same so you could watch and learn right along with me. Really super, super, super impressed. You will be seeing me wearing this in many upcoming videos because I get so excited when I have a new complexion product. I think this is a really good one. And I do think that the shades are stretchy. When I saw Wayne Goss use this number 9 on his face, I thought, oh dear, he's usually a little bit, I would think, lighter skinned than I am. And 9 was just fine for me. And I'm going to play along with the concealer too. Let me know what shade you ordered. Let me know what your ideas are for getting the right concealer shade. And if you decided to order something that you can also use as a bronzer, did you get the powder? What do you think of the puff? I'm just going to go clean it just with, you know, some soap, probably with my brush cleaning soap, you know, get it all wrung out nice. And then I am going to keep it in this little bag. I think that's a really good idea. Really nice. And it's got that nice little silicone inside. Very, very nice. All right, let me know your thoughts, Princesses. I always want to hear them. I am definitely giving it a thumbs up. If you were hesitating and waiting to order, I think a few of the shades are sold out. At time of filming, I think my Precious 9 might be gone, and I know that pretty much right away the 12 was gone because so many people bought it to mix with their shade. So hopefully Beautylish and Wayne Goss will bring more of those shades back, and I want to go on there now before they're gone and see if I can get myself one to bronze with now that I've said it before I get mine, right? All right, so let me know all your thoughts. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. And if you have not already done so, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that I can see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.